What's up, y'all? Tell Like It Is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man, so let's get into this topic, man. I had retweeted this. I meant to do a video about this the other day, but, you know, it is what it is, man. Sometimes I be out and about and, you know, it just is what it is. But anyway, let's get into it, man. We gotta start getting back frequent on the channel. So, you know, I've been kind of taking a hiatus and shit. I told y'all, 2025, man, it's all about protecting your energy. That's why y'all don't see me doing a lot of political videos. So far this year, I've been telling y'all don't see me get too much caught up into the race play going on. That's going to be going on all year, ever since Trump got in office. I actually do have a video that I'm going to be doing pertaining to Donald Trump and just some criticism that I have for him. Y'all know I'll tell it. What? Yes, y'all know I fuck with Trump, but you know, I definitely got some questions. Now, like I said, at the end of the day, I can like somebody, but at the end of the day, I ain't got to agree with everything the motherfucker's doing. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down, all right? But anyway, let's get into this, man. So Joy Taylor, I guess this is a podcast called Too Personal or something like that. So anyway, Joy Taylor says femininity. Now, the question is femininity under attack in America, okay? Now, this is hilarious to me. But anyway, Joy Taylor says femininity is under attack in America because women got too close to power, and reveals she believes prostitution should be legal, claiming non-pussy getting lonely men are deteriorating society, okay? So let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. This is an interesting topic, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into this. Oh, first of all, fair act use. Fair act use. I do not own the rights to this content. You can go find this on YouTube somewhere called Too Personal. And y'all can go find that, check that podcast out. We just using this for educational purposes. Okay? So let's get into this.
Do you think that America is trying to be better?
Of course not. No.
Now, from his answer, I think this dude is probably more of a Democrat. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. You know, Joy Taylor is definitely a Democrat. It is what it is, right? But, you know, somebody could be a Democrat. I don't care what your political party is, but we have to put that out there for the contents of this video. You know what I'm saying? So we know where these people stand politically at the end of the day and what, you know, somewhat of what their beliefs are, all right? But anyway, let's let it keep going.
I know.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's also a massive attack on femininity. Like, the idea is that masculinity is actually what's being attacked, right? Like, not everything is watered down.
Because masculinity is being attacked. But anyway, let's let it keep going.
Everything is softened now. It's, you know, everything is feminine. I actually think femininity is under control. I think that a big part of the reason why this is happening is because women got too close to power.
Ma'am, we're not going to allow you to get up here and say some bullshit like that. Ma'am, femininity is running rapid, okay? Now, listen, when I say femininity, I don't mean like, you know, a real feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about femininity is running rampant around this motherfucker. Some of this shit, because what y'all like to call toxic masculinity, it's a lot of toxic femininity going on. And femininity, women use their femininity way better than men use their masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, if anything, the women are using their femininity a lot more and working it better than men are. You know what I'm saying? Using their masculinity, okay? Now, that's not the case for everybody, but that's a big piece in America right now. But anyway.
Okay, how so?
I mean, the audacity that a black woman would run for president. I mean, this was
Okay, now I got to stop her there. I'm sorry, I got to stop her there. First of all, Kamala Harris was never a black woman. That's how you know Joy Taylor is definitely heavy Democrat. It is what it is. Only heavy Democrats get their ass out here and say some liars, some lying bullshit like that. Kamala Harris was never a black woman. This is why the black community didn't support this bitch. Because you're lying. You know what I'm saying? Talking about preparing collard greens in the bathtub. That ain't no shit niggas do. Niggas don't do that. You get your ass whooped in a black household putting some goddamn food in the bathtub and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would. My grandma asked me to, or my mom asked me to motherfucking get the collard greens ready before she gets home and all this whole other shit. You know what I'm saying? Giving me some chores or some shit to do around the house. And I go ahead and have me I got the dishes in the sink, and then I go ahead and fill the bathtub up and get to soak the collard greens and shit. She come home, see that shit, dog, belt the ass, okay? No questions asked, belt the ass, period. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me let this keep going.
This was their last stand. They were like, hold on, listen, we let you in boardrooms, you know, we let you get credit cards. Running for president is it's too much audacity for us. You know, when you have like cute aggression, when you see something that's like so cute, you just start spazzing out. They had like audacity aggression. Like, how the fuck could she do this?
Yeah.
She's supposed to fucking stay in line. Yeah. There's too many bitches. Get them out of here. And that's what it's really about. So rolling.
First of all, don't no man have a problem being around no women. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's freaking out over the fact that, listen, nobody was freaking out over the fact of Kamala Harris running for president. Her policies was what a lot of people in America had problems with, and she didn't have no plan. Okay? When you don't have no fucking plan and no agenda what you're bringing to the American people and their complaints, okay, then that's the fucking problem, okay? And you're not just gonna, I'm a woman shit, you're not gonna baby mom, I'm a woman and I say so, when it comes down to politics. That's not gonna, you might be able to pull that shit off with your boyfriend or with your baby father or with your goddamn husband, but you're not gonna pull that off in politics though. That's not gonna work, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna, I'm a woman and I say so. That's not gonna work, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway.
Back of women's rights and this push that women have somehow created this world where there's too much equality and we can make choices about when we have children, and the marriage rates are dropping because nobody wants to fucking deal with a cheating alcoholic man when you can just...
Whoa, Joy, you're not about to get out here now, Joy. Joy, I'm about to bring your ass some pain. You know what I'm saying? Joy, you're not about to get out here and do that now. Now, immediately, she starts going into talking about how basically men are always the cheaters. Now, listen, I had this conversation with my baby mom and shit, and she loves to get out here. You know, whenever we talk about, you know, just shit in general, you know what I mean? Oh, you fucking men, you men is always cheating. Bro, I know some of the most diabolical women who ran around here running all kinds of games on niggas. You know what I'm saying? And even when it comes down to situations, when it comes down to my baby mama swear up and down, she ain't never cheat on a nigga. That's a whole lie. All right? But whatever. You know what I'm saying? I let her, you know, whatever. But all men are somehow cheaters and shit like that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But why we acting like women, the minute you get ready to start calling out women for they cheating in diabolical ways, they don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear it. They want to revert back to talking about some man shit at the end of the day. We're not talking about men. We're talking about the shit you do and the shit you have done and some of these women have done. There's a lot of diabolical fucking women running around here doing diabolical shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women be out here in whole relationships, still sleeping around, manipulating their men. Okay, it's a lot of women out here finessing and getting over on men under femininity. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Get your own apartment. Yeah. Guys are lonely. Men in these fucking caves that would never touch a woman in their life anyway have convinced themselves that OnlyFans models are curving them because...
All right, hold on. My bad. Let me wind that a little bit because this part I kind of do agree with her. Hold up. Let me wind that a little bit because y'all know how I be talking about these dudes, man. These MGTOW niggas and shit. Hold up.
And the marriage rates are dropping because nobody wants to fucking deal with a cheating alcoholic man when you can just get your own apartment. Yeah. Guys are lonely. Men in these fucking caves that would never touch a woman in their life anyway, have convinced themselves that OnlyFans models are curving them because they sent them $5.
Yeah.
You know, it is this attack on femininity. It's not.
All right, so let me stop there. Now, first of all, Joy. Now, like I said, some of these dudes out here. Now, all these dudes is not all lonely. Some of these dudes have really dealt, and it's this problem with society because we do this on both sides, right? A motherfucker get out here and fuck with somebody who's a stone cold scumbag, okay? But they wanted to fuck with him, right? They wanted to fuck with him at the end of the day. That they get done dirty, okay? They get done dirty at the end of the day, and then all of a sudden it becomes, you know, all women or all men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? No, you just keep picking the wrong motherfuckers. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? You should learn from your mistakes, period, on both sides, men and women. But we tend to play this, you know, this game of, oh, well, I got cheated on. Every woman out there with I got cheated on. Yeah, because you keep fucking with the same bitches that keep doing diabolical shit. The bitch you need to be fucking with, you curving her. You know what I'm saying? The nigga the man you need to be fucking with, you curving him. You need to go ahead and fuck with that motherfucker. That's the motherfucker you need to be with. He actually want to be with your dog ass. You know what I'm saying? But you want to find something better. You want to friend zone a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or men's situation, you know, you still chasing the dime piece. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you need to settle for this 7 right here. You know what I'm saying? You trying to chase the dime piece and shit. The dime piece got options. This is what happens, right? Motherfuckers get out here, get them a baddie, or as far as a girl, as far as a dude, you know, they go, I don't know what girls would call, like, you know, a 10 for a guy. I don't know that language, so I ain't gonna sit up and try to know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you go after the baddest of the baddest on both sides, men or women, right? And really, you probably need to be settling somewhere 6, 7, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you got some of these delusional ass goddamn women out here. I need a man that's making 6 figures a year and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da. Well, that man making 6 figures a year, he ain't gonna have no time for your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. He ain't really gonna have no time for your ass. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have multiple motherfucking women just throwing themselves at him at all times. Is that something that you really ready for? Are you really mentally ready to deal with that? Especially if your ass have been cheated on or some shit like that back in the, you know what I mean? Or you got daddy issues and shit like that. Is that something you really mentally ready to deal with? Okay? Mainly, no. It's not. It's not something you really do. You're going to be accusing this nigga of cheating. And sometimes he might cheat. Sometimes he might not cheat, but you might drive the nigga to cheating. Like, fuck it. If I'm a be accused for this shit, I might as well go ahead and smash the gas on something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because this don't make no sense. I'm gonna be getting accused of cheating all the goddamn time. That's that. Same thing when it comes down to a dude wanting the baddest chick. Okay, you want the baddest chick, nigga? Guess what's gonna happen? You gonna have niggas motherfucking going after her all day and night, all in the DMs, okay? And the minute she pick up her phone and start texting back, yo, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? And she can honestly be just turning the nigga down, but because you done been cheated on, or motherfucking you got mommy issues and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You can't trust the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now that, is that something you really wanted to deal with? No, it's not something you really want to deal with mentally. You're gonna mentally drive yourself fucking crazy trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, go ahead and settle for that 6, settle for that 7. If you find you a loyal 8, nigga, perfect. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? But that tends to happen a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? People go try to do shit out of their means, and then they get screwed over and burnt. And then all of a sudden it's, you know, putting everybody in the same box. You know, we tend to do this shit even when it comes down to race as well. Some fucked up shit happen or somebody do some fucked up shit on either side, and we just throw everybody in one box. All the blacks, all the white men, you know what I'm saying? The white woman, these racist Karens and shit, right? We throw everybody in one box, you know what I'm saying? We see a Karen on goddamn calling a little boy the N-word and shit. Now we think every motherfucking white person is a goddamn Karen. That's not the case, you know what I'm saying? But it's just what we do as human beings. Now, Tell Like It Is TV don't do that shit. But this shit happens a lot at the end of the day. Now, as far as these niggas that be up here crying about women, listen, these niggas right here are the ones that they get up there and chase these women, dog, get burnt, and then they go, oh, man, men going their own way, man. We need to just leave these women alone. That's why you seeing marriage rates dropping. That's why you seeing birth rates dropping and shit like that. Because motherfuckers have become, society at this point, we have become literally almost scared of each other at this point. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker damn near scared to talk to a bitch now. A motherfucker scared to go up and approach a bitch anymore because, like I said, some of you men are just scared to get turned down. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, nigga, get turned down, nigga. Like when I was a teenager, dog, I got turned down a bunch of times. But there's a bunch of times I didn't get turned down. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, some of my friends, I'd be like, yeah, go holler at her, nigga, go holler at her. And nigga get turned down, but nigga feel embarrassed because she said no. Nigga start, oh, you ugly anyway, ugly ass bitch. Start going off and shit on her. You know what I'm saying? Want to argue with the bitch and shit like that because the nigga got turned down. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, some of these niggas is wild. You know what I'm saying? Some of these men is wild out here in these streets. You know, some of these women can't even turn some of these men down. So, you know, without it being a fucking problem. Some of these niggas is crazy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, they get curved by these women. They got their heart broken or some shit like that. And now they want to put all the women in one box. No, nigga, it's just the women you chasing that keep doing this shit to your ass. Stop picking these bitches at the end of the day. And stop curving that woman that you honestly should be dealing with at the end of the day. You're curving this broad, and that's the one you should be with. Same thing when it comes down to the woman. You're curving this man, friend zoning his ass and shit like that. You probably honestly should be with his ass. You know what I'm saying? If he has good qualities about him, he working and, you know, doing what he need to do, you probably should be with his ass. You know what I'm saying? But nope, you chasing this nigga that got money and all this whole other shit because you want to live a certain lifestyle, a la Cassie, and then your ass get done dirty, and now all men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Anyway, let me keep going.
Not about masculinity.
Right. But let me ask you a question about the incels. Do you think the incels, do you care about the loneliness of the incel?
I think that male loneliness is a massive fucking problem.
Okay, so
I think non-pussy getting male lonelies are deteriorating society. Yeah.
All right, so if a male is staying in his fucking room all day and he ain't bothering the world, somehow this is deteriorating society? Ma'am, these are strong words, ma'am. Joy, come on, Joy. This is this is kind of this is kind of crazy, Joy. You know what I'm saying? If he's not dealing with any woman, then he has no woman hearts to break. He has no women to get pregnant and shit like that. He's out of the way. Okay, so are you saying you want men to be more on? Because I don't know what her experiences are. Now, Joy is a good looking female. You know what I'm saying? She a nice little caramel piece. You know what I'm saying? Got the double D's and all. Joy stacked. You know what I'm saying? Joy definitely stacked. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it $1 bean. That's why, you know, after that lawsuit came out with Fox News and shit, you see how Joy them put that titty meat away. After that lawsuit, we don't see that titty meat out like that no more on them sports shows. No, we don't. She covered up now. You know what I'm saying? Because Joy done been out here sleeping her way to the top. Allegedly, she been sleeping her way to the top. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't even got to say alleged. That was actually on the document, but it is what it is, right? I mean, that's what the girl exposed her on that. But it is what it is. But come on, Joy, man. Come on, stop it.
It's a massive problem.
What do you think the fix is?
One, I think we should legalize prostitution.
I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think prostitution should be legal for these women that want to be hoes, okay? Because this is the problem, too. You got a lot of these bras out here that want to be hoes, that are hoes, stomp down hoes, and they finesse these dudes. This is how we get fucked up as society. You got hoes that's trying to masquerade as being girlfriends or wanting to be a wife. No, this bitch is a hoe. You know what I'm saying? She like fucking. She like whatever she is look at or whatever the case may be. She want to get on top of that, and she don't want to be with that long term. That's just we having some fun shit. That's it. That's all. There's no fucking, you know, what they say, no strings attached type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just we get up, do our thing, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But what's happening now is that these particular women are now masquerading themselves as if, oh, I'm this good woman, I'll do this, I'll do that, da-da-da-da. But they hoes, okay? They hoes. And then they burn these dudes at the end of the day, because eventually these dudes gonna find out they out here sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because all truth come to the light. Now all of a sudden, this dude is burnt up and shit. He like, man, these bitches ain't shit, dog. I cooked, I cleaned, I paid the bills, I paid everything. And this bitch still cheated on me, dog. I'll tell you right now, dog. I ain't never fucking with a bitch again, dog. Don't trust none of these hoes, man. Chris Brown wasn't lying. These hoes ain't loyal. Chris Brown wasn't lying, though, but it is what it is.
Okay.
I have been standing on this for decades, and I think that prostitution should be legalized.
Prostitution should absolutely be legalized. I agree. You know what I'm saying? If a woman feel like she want to get out here, because like I said, they'll tell you it's my body, my choice when it comes down to some bullshit or an abortion or some shit like that. Oh, my body, my choice. My body, my choice. So you can go kill a baby. It don't matter at what fucking age neither. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this clear. This is real facts. They felt like they should be able to terminate their baby even if it's 8 months into the pregnancy, 7 months into the whole belly showing. They should be able to have the right to fucking terminate their baby. You know what I'm saying? This is what the whole hoopla was about the whole Roe v. Wade shit and Trump trying to stop Trump not stopping no fucking abortions, dog. What are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is dumb as hell. Like, no, you're not going to be killing no fucking baby at 9 months. You're not going to give birth to the baby and then kill the baby after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? 8 months into the pregnancy. That's some weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? Or you upset, you caught your baby father cheating or some shit like that while your ass was pregnant, and now to get back at him, you want to get rid of the whole baby. You know what I'm saying? And spite. You know what I'm saying? Because we know women can be very spiteful. You know, okay? So, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to this situation, I do believe in prostitution should be legal, because that'll help a lot of dudes out who ain't got to worry about getting their heart broken and going crazy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They can go ahead and, go pick whatever woman they want to be with real quick. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, this will get a lot of women to get back on their shit at the end of the day and filter out the good women out there, okay? Because any bitch you out there seeing selling cat, you like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, that ain't nothing to take serious, okay? We can have a fun time, but we can't take that serious, you know what I'm saying? But that'll be able to filter out the good women out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you work at the brothel? Oh, you don't work you got an OnlyFans? No, you ain't got an OnlyFans? You got an Instagram? Oh, shit, you got Instagram? What kind of pictures you got on your Instagram, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really like damn near low key, what they call it, dox these women now and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find out what the fuck they into and shit. But anyway, let's let this keep going.
Okay.
They will never do this, but that I think would be a massive solve.
Massive solve. Okay.
One.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Ask follow-ups.
No. Follow-up is because that's a temporary loneliness fix, although it's effective. What would be a long-term fix to bringing people back together? What do you think?
Okay. So while it's a temporary fix, right? And many people will have some retorts to this, of course. It's not a simple solve. Mm-hmm. But I believe that straight male biology, and particularly men who have this sort of anger, is because they don't get physical intimacy, right? But they have convinced themselves the type of physical intimacy they would like is, their favorite porn star or favorite OnlyFans girl or this.
Now, Joy, come on now. You're jumping out of the deep end. Don't no man just out here thirst. I mean, I ain't gonna say there ain't no men. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's men out here really looking for love, really looking to create a family, have kids. Shit, I got 2 kids and a baby mom. I'm looking to have at least 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? So that means I need another baby mom. That's what I need. I need another relationship, and I need another baby mom. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? I need it in my life. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So no, Joy, men are not running around here just looking for OnlyFans models. I mean, some men are. You know what I'm saying? And they're out here tricking their money off on goddamn OnlyFans models and shit like that, which is perfectly fine. I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's what they into. That's what the fuck they into. It just is what it is. But anyway.
Unattainable beauty on Instagram who's never, ever, ever, ever going to fuck you or meet you or talk to you ever. Mm-hmm. So they don't look for the physical intimacy that is around them. They don't go outside of their home. They don't go down to the local library. They don't go to their local bar. They don't go join a social group in order to meet people because they feel that this fucking beautiful 10, whatever, is going to walk through their fucking front door and suck their dick.
And like I said, see, I fuck with Joy. You know what I'm saying? Joy might be a little batshit crazy. But her logic of thinking I can fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the same shit I said. It's the same problem that's just happening in society. Some dudes want more than they mean. Same thing with these women. These women do the same thing. I want a man that's doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Well, that man's going to be very fucking busy, which means that if you want to be a sit-home wife or whatever, girlfriend, whatever, that means you're going to be having a lot of fucking time on your hands. And a lot of times, some of you women can't take having a lot of time on your fucking hands. You lose your fucking mind in a minute. You have a man that's giving you conversation constantly and shit like that. It's only natural that you're going to start catching feelings for that motherfucker. And it's only a matter of time before he get the box. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of shit that happens. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a matter of time that that man is spending so much time not around you that he's working with maybe a female on the job or whatever the case may be that's always around. It's only a matter of time that he slide up in that box. It is what it is. I had a bitch cheat on me one time, right? Bitch cheated on me and shit. Now listen, it's Tell Like It Is TV the perfect boyfriend? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. I have not been the perfect man when it comes down to these females. You know what I'm saying? I have fucked up. And I always admit my flaws. I don't have no problem with that. But a bitch can never admit any broad I've ever dealt with, even if it was in a relationship or not, they will never, and I mean never take no accountability for anything that goes wrong in a relationship. Somehow, some way, the man is always Godzilla, King Kong, Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking, the man is always the fucking problem, okay? But at the end of the day, I had a chick one time, this was back in, I think I was probably like 15, 16. I had me a little baddie, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit up here and hold you. Had me a little baddie and shit like that. And motherfucking, like I said, I was hustling and shit like that, hitting, I was in the hood and shit, you know what I mean? So, I'm doing my thing all the time. I'm with the guys and shit, you know what I'm saying? After I'm done, I come through and finish my night off with her before I get ready to go home and, get ready to go to school and shit like that. So, after I'm done with the guys, I come through, a little bit. This will be drunk at the time. We had the Boone's Farm. I don't know if y'all remember that shit, but Boone's Farm and shit, they had like a 3 for $10 special and shit. I thought I was that nigga. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you, bro. I thought I was the coldest nigga ever, dog. I thought I was that nigga, dog. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you, bro. I was getting fly and shit. Taking mall trips, take her to fucking go shopping and shit like that in the mall. I thought I was that nigga. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. That bitch had a nigga feeling like I was that nigga. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. But yes, and then like I said, when you're doing things like that and shit too, it's part of the game. You're gonna have women coming at you, and this one chick, bro, she was just, I ended up cheating on her. You know what I'm saying? I ended up cheating on my girlfriend and shit like that. This one chick, though, she was just on it, hard body. Now, the reason why I'm going to tell this whole story real quick. So, eventually, this particular chick, my boy liked her, okay? He liked her. I ended up finding out he liked her, for real. So, whatever. One of my boy's sisters, she had friends and shit like that, you know what I mean? They all, popped over in my crib, and, we was kicking it in the back porch. My grandma, I was staying with my grandma at the time. My grandma was never home and shit like that. So, I had a whole house to the beam. You know what I'm saying? So, we in the back porch, we were kicking and shit like that. She brought her friends over and shit like that. And whatever, long story short, me and my boy, we walking back from the YMCA one day. And, he was telling me about old girl and she like, yeah, she be in class grabbing my dick, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, oh, word? I'm like, oh, you talking about old girl and shit. I ain't gonna say her name. I almost just said her name, but I'm like, oh, you talking about old girl and shit. He like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, you like her? He like, nah, I don't like her. I think he was doing that shit, honestly, because, he didn't want to feel like he, what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it was like, I already had a girlfriend. It don't matter to me. Like, Nigga, if you like her, say you like her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with that, nigga. You know, don't be scared to be in love, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my thing about it. Like, nigga, you like her, you like her, nigga. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, I don't give a fuck about her like that. I don't give a fuck. He was trying to be stomped down on the bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she cool, but, you know, I ain't really into her like that. I'm like, nigga, you better fuck her before I fuck her, right? So I'm like, so I was saying this, so I said it to him. He was like, oh, shit, nigga, you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? You get it. Nah, for real, I'm dead ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, do you like her or not? He like, nah, I don't really fuck with her like that. You know what I mean? But she be on a nigga, though. She be on a nigga. So, bang, whatever. Long story short, anyway, we in the sister, my boy's sister comes back to the crib again. It's her friend, and her other friend. Her other friend was bad, too, but she wasn't fucking with me, right? So, it was what it was. But anyway, so, you know, she come over there. Now it's just me there this time. You know what I mean? I don't know why they popped up to my crib. But all three of these bitches popped up to my crib and we was chilling and shit like that. And, you know, old girl asked me for my number and shit like that. Da-da-da-da. So whatever, you know, I already confirmed this with him. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da. All right. So I gave her my number. So whatever. Bang. After that, the fuck happened after that? So anyway, she comes through one night. Now it's all three we all in the crib together, right? Now we all in the attic, my boy there, my other boy is there, the sister, you know, my boy's sister, they there, all the friends is there, we all in the attic. Parlaying like a motherfucker. 15, 16, we parlaying, got drinks up there, smoking weed, smoking black and mild. I ain't smoked cigarettes at the time, you know, you had to have we call it the bliggity, you know what I'm saying? Had the bliggity up there, you know what I'm saying? You know, we was up there just having a grand old time. Had the music going and shit. And, you know, like I said, you know, I was fucking with her and shit like that. Kind of flirting with her and shit like that. And he started getting real weird and shit. I'm like, the fuck wrong with this nigga? You know what I'm saying? He started getting he was getting jealous, period. He was getting jealous. Now that I know, yeah, he was getting jealous. So he started getting mad quiet and shit. He started acting mad weird and shit. It's like, yo, like, nigga, to me, it wasn't that deep because it was like, nigga, I got a girlfriend. I'm not really worried about it. You know what I'm saying? And plus, we had, like, you know, we had chicks we would, you know, whatever, right? We have chicks we'll toss around, this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. Flip around. Yeah, you know, you fucking with her. She got a friend. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You try to switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was on some, like, Playboy Mansion type shit, low key. You know what I'm saying? Well, not to that grand scale, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we was definitely knocking them down. So anyway, so I wasn't thinking nothing of it in that case, because I'm like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog, you know what I mean? Like, we've done this many a times, dog. Like, what's going on and shit? So whatever. Start getting mad, weird, start getting quiet, start acting crazy too. That's when I knew something had to be wrong. I'm like, nigga start acting crazy, start screaming and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? I'm like, yo. You know when somebody do some shit where they want attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing that type of shit. He wanted attention, so he wanted to make a scene so he can, you know, cause attention and shit, so he can get her attention. So he started acting crazy, screaming and shit like that. She like, yo, what's wrong? So I'm like, go ahead, go check on him or whatever the case may be. So whatever. I speak to him again after that. I'm like, nigga, do you like this girl, bro? If you like her, bro, say something. I'll back off. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, she gave me her number and shit. So I'm telling you right now, like, you know, I'll back off. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my mans. You know what I'm saying? That was my mans. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, that was my mans. You know what I mean? We did a lot of shit together, dog. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of shit together. But anyway, after that, he was like, nah, you good. Look. You want, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, do your thing, bro. It ain't nothing. So whatever. All right, bang. So this chick come over one night. She like, yeah, I'm about to come to your house. I'm like, all right. I'm like, who you with? She like, it's just me. I'm like, in my head, I got gas. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm about to smash the gas on her ass real quick. You know what I mean? So whatever. So she like, yeah, I'm gonna come through. So bang, I grabbed some weed and shit like that. I told the guys, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go take this, I'm going to go, you know, I'll be back. I'll get up with y'all later on. So whatever, she come through, you know, the minutes we stood on business, right? After that, she leave. You know what I'm saying? I told him about it. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Or girl came through. Da, 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 da. Everybody like, oh, where are you? This nigga was quiet as fuck. Like he was like his heart dropped or something. I'm like, yo, don't say nothing though, cause that was our code. Like, nigga, we don't. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it amongst the guys, but don't be doing no weird shit like going to tell the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I heard. Or don't even talk about it. Like this is just some inner circle Illuminati type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this some secret, you know what I'm saying? Like this is secret society type shit. Like we had that type of thing going on. You know what I mean? Like this is the I don't want to say the gang and shit, but you know, this is some Illuminati secret society type shit. And we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? This is guy locker room talk. We don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. What this nigga do, he see her the next day in school. He tell her. He tell her ass. I'm like, yo, ain't no way that nigga did that shit. So she calls me. She like, I guess she couldn't wait to get out of school. She get out of school. She called me. You know, she was a Spanish chick though, so she get the motherfucking, you know, she get the rambling all fast. She was cussing my ass all the way the fuck out. Oh, nigga, you big ass fucking mo, you don't know, shut the fuck up. I'm like, yo, first of all, what the fuck is you talking about? Know what I'm saying? She like, you out here telling niggas. I'm like, I ain't said nothing. Where the fuck, who fuck lying on me and shit? So, I, you know, whatever, right? I'm out here capping, know what I'm saying? No, I done told the guys, right? So I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. So I was like, who told you this shit? Because I was standing on, I ain't said nothing. I was standing on that shit. I was like, bitch, I'm about to hang up my phone. Don't be calling me motherfucking talking about I'm running my mouth and shit like that. Bitch, you got me fucked up. She like, oh, I got you fucked up? Oh, I got you fucked up? Oh, all right. Well, so-and-so is the one who told me. I was like, ain't no way. I was like, man, that nigga ain't tell you that shit, dog. That nigga ain't tell you, man. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call you back real quick. I had to act like I had something to do and shit. Call that nigga like, yo, nigga, you told this bitch to do. He's like, yeah, you know, I told her. I was like, oh, nigga, why the fuck would you do that? Know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, why would you do some shit like that? So whatever. We got into an argument about that shit. And I'm like, damn, nigga, if you like the bitch, just say you like the bitch, nigga. Like, I would have never dealt with her, nigga. Like, it ain't that serious, nigga. But damn, nigga, don't be doing no shit like that. Now you got me out here running around like I'm just some nigga. You know what I mean? Because chicks at that point in time, you know, if they did something with you, they didn't want you running your mouth and they business being out there. It was a level of shame still, at least when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? If a bitch was a hoe, she was going to have to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was going to get shamed. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't want their business being out there. You know, they done slept with this person, slept with that. Even if they was doing it, they still didn't want that shit being around, the word of mouth being around. So whatever. She was hot about that shit. So whatever. At the end of the day, the nigga went and told my girl. Yes. The nigga went and told my girl, dog. I was like, yo. At this point, now I didn't know he told my girl. I'm gonna get into that. But anyway. So after that, I'm like, you know, all right, fuck it. I ain't gonna fuck with this bitch no more. I'm like, yo, I call her. I'm like, yeah, I ain't fucking with you no more. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? Whatever. Broke it off. After that shit, she calls me. Me and the guys chilling. We smoking. I'll never forget. I was smoking blueberry dro. I had some blueberry dro. We was smoking in the front. She called me. She like, I was like, all right, I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. Now I was about to go in the house because we in the front of my grandma's house. So I'm walking in the house. My house phone is ringing. So I pick it up. It's her. So I'm like, yeah, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? She like, I got something to tell you. I'm pregnant. What? I was, bro, heart drop. Nigga, I was so high. At that point, I was high as fuck. I could barely get in the house. Nigga, when she said that shit, I sobered all the way the fuck up. Like, whoa, what you fucking mean you pregnant and shit? So whatever. She started talking this pregnant shit. I was like, you know, obviously I started denying it ain't my baby and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't motherfucking, you know, I ain't shoot up the club. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't shoot up the club. And I was like, that's some other nigga you must be fucking with or some shit like that. I don't know what you doing out there, but I didn't shoot up the club, right? So, anyway, after that shit, you know, whatever, we stopped fucking with each other. You know, so I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Let me start leaving these bitches alone, So my boy, though, we played on the basketball team. This nigga stopped going to practice. You know what I'm saying? Now, we will all meet at my girl's crib. You know what I'm saying? We meet there, chill, parlay, you know what I mean? Relax, smoke, whatever. And then we'll go to basketball practice. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga stopped going to basketball practice. I'm like, yo, yeah, we about to get ready to go to practice. Oh yeah, nah, I'm gonna meet y'all there. I'm gonna meet y'all there. I'm like, oh, all right, you know what I'm saying? So whatever. After the practice, he knew the shit we would do. We after practice, nigga gotta hustle a little bit, get some money, and then get motherfucking get shit for the night, get bottle or whatever the case may be, and then parlay for the night. He stopped going. He stopped going to practice. Then the nigga stopped showing up to the games. I'm like, nigga, since when you stopped showing up to the games? And he at my girl crib. Every time I came back to the crib, he was there. I'm like, I ain't think nothing of it because I'm like, yo, this my man, 100 grand. He ain't tripping on no shit like that. I ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And plus, I always liked somebody to kind of, not to say that like I was some super boss or some shit like that, but I just kind of liked somebody to be there though, just in case some shit did go wrong. You know what I'm saying? And nigga called me like, yeah, get over here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so one day I come in the crib, like I said, motherfucker acting weird, my girl acting real weird and shit like that. And I've told her that I've cheated on her before, you know what I'm saying? But she's acting mad weird, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, you ain't picking up your phone and shit, like, what you on and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting hot, you know what I'm saying? Now, my girl, any other bitch, I don't be giving a fuck. I don't have time to argue with no bitch I'm not fucking, and I'm like that to this day, you know what I'm saying? But if it's my girl, oh, hell no, yeah, fuck that, I'm going off, you know what I mean? So whatever, I'm going off and shit. Yo, what you on and shit? You know what I'm saying? What you fucking some other nigga or something? Like, what's going on with you? You interested in something? You ain't picking up a nigga call and shit? You acting mad weird and shit? You know what I mean? So whatever. She do the whole women thing. Oh, you crazy? Ah. All right, whatever. So one day she asked me what I was doing. I'm like, nah, I'm about to get ready to go to basketball practice or whatever the case may be. But I wasn't going to basketball practice. I just said that. I was like, I'm about to get ready to go to basketball practice. She's like, oh, okay, I just wanted to see what you was doing. Red flag to me, like, bitch, you don't never call me to see what the fuck. Oh, I just wanted to see you was doing. It's normally about something like, oh, I want you to come with me. I want you to come over, come watch a movie with me. Kid shit, teenage shit, right? So it's never just to see what I'm doing and that's it. And I'm like, fuck you mean you just want to see? All right, so whatever. I do my little shit up, I'm doing my thing. And then, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm about to pop up over there. Nigga, I go pop up over there. I get to the porch. Nigga, it's her and my boy laid up on the couch. I'm like, yeah, what? I'm like, now at first I was about to spaz the fuck out. I was like, you know what? But then I thought about all the shit I was doing. I'm like, yeah, I have been cheating and shit like that. But I'm like, maybe I'm just thinking about, I'm like, nah, my boy wouldn't do no shit like that though. But they kind of was asleep on the couch. I'm like, all right, whatever, So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit about? You know what I'm saying? So I knock on the door and shit. She come to the door. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit about? Y'all niggas sleeping in the living room and shit? Like, what the fuck going on and shit? You know what I mean? So whatever, she come out and we start talking on the side of the house and shit like that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you on and shit like that? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Da 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 da. She like, oh, I mean, you can't help for who you got feelings for. I was like, what? Yo, bro. I almost hit that bitch with the Mike Tyson left hook. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold you. Like, literally. Like, everything in my body was like, nigga. I was ready to take this bitch head off. You know what I'm saying? When she said that shit, dog, I looked at her dead in her eye. I'll never forget it. I looked at her dead in her eye. And I just looked at her and was like, turned around, walked out the yard. And I never fucked with her again. Now, eventually her and my boy end up getting together. Now, at the end of the day, that's the point where I'm making what Joy Taylor said. A lot of people do things based on feelings. And as I got older, I realized that aspect of things. That's why I'm kind of protective about certain shit, this, that, and the third. Because, yeah, like, eventually, yeah, all you motherfuckers talk about, you want a 6-figure man and this, that, and the third. Bitch, this nigga ain't gonna have time for you. He's not gonna have time for you like that. And eventually, your ass is gonna end up probably doing some dog shit because that nigga that's just giving you some goddamn time at the end of the day, that's all you gonna need. And eventually, you're gonna catch feelings for that motherfucker. So eventually, like I said, I ended up speaking to her. They end up getting pregnant. He ended up getting a girl pregnant and shit. They didn't even last long. So he got her pregnant. And they probably lasted just the pregnancy, and that was pretty much it. And And eventually we end up talking again, you know, years later. Obviously, I didn't want nothing to do with the bitch. Straight, especially once I found out they were pregnant. You know, I seen him a few times. The whole block was like, man, this nigga about to go crazy. But my grandma ended up moving too at the same time. So, you know, it was a good thing that happened because, you know, I probably would have killed somebody. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. I probably would have killed one of them for real. So it was what it was. But because I was hot. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I let that shit go. I was like, fuck it, it is what it is. You know, I still was doing my thing. You know, I still had other chicks and shit like that. That was a good thing too, that I had other chicks. Because if I ain't had no other chicks, I probably would have crashed out. You know what I'm saying? But it was what it was. So anyway, talked to her years later. She was like, yeah, that nigga was telling me everything. I was like, he was told you everything. That's how he got in the door. It wasn't like this nigga, yo, bro. This nigga was doing slime ball shit. He was telling her about everything. Like, yo, damn, that's how he got you, huh? She was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, he was telling me everything. He was telling me about this chick, that chick, this chick. He told me about when you doing this, you really doing this. I'm like, damn. So that's why when she did the shit she did, she didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't even have the audacity to close no blinds or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just on some shit like, oh, that nigga doing that? Oh, all right, fuck that nigga then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. That nigga told the whole operation and shit, man. I was like, man, this nigga's a weasel. You know what I'm saying? Straight weasel. But anyway, let me go ahead and I had to get that story out because, like I said, people gonna catch feelings. You know what I'm saying? The more you're around somebody, the more you're gonna catch feelings for that person. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always the case of that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, when these women get out here and say they want this, that, and the third, listen, I'm telling you, a motherfucker is gonna be constantly never home. You want an athlete nigga, he's never gonna be home like that. You want a rich businessman, he's never gonna be home like that. And when he comes home, he don't want to hear no bullshit. He don't want to hear no dumbass shit all the time. He trying to get some goddamn peace in his life. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Same thing when it comes down to these dudes. You want this bad bitch and shit like that, nigga, it's going to be 1,000 niggas. You going to have to be on your P's and Q's every day. Every day. Every day. Because if that chick one day decides, hey, look, this nigga right here, he giving me some attention that, you know, you just can't do. Whether it's attention, whether it's sex, whether it's this, whether it's that, nigga, they gone. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be more heartbroken when it's a baddie. Look, for instance, you're going to be more heartbroken when that shit happens when it's a baddie compared to if it's like a 6 or a goddamn 5 or something. You might be hurt a little bit, but you ain't going to be that hurt. You know what I'm saying? When it's a baddie and shit, you know another nigga going to be enjoying that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that man pride and shit kick in. You be like, oh, nigga, you be stinging. You know what I'm saying? That shit be stinging your heart and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to hold you. Anytime I had a breakup and shit like that, yeah, bro, that shit stings. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh, you know a nigga hitting it from the back. You know what I'm saying? you know a nigga hitting it from the back and shit like that, man. You know that nigga in there tearing that shit up, man. This shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That alone will make you ready to crash out. You know what I'm saying? You be ready to kill everybody. I'm going to kill him. Man, I swear to God, man, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to kill that nigga. I'm going to kill that bitch too. That's why when you hear some of these situations traumatic that happen like that, that be the emotional, that be the thing right there, for real. Let alone the time and shit y'all done spent and shit like that, and now time feel wasted and shit. But nah, niggas start thinking, I don't know, that's me though. Me personally, I think sexually, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about, you know, oh, she getting that nigga head, you know what I'm saying? She hopping on top, you know what I'm saying? He hitting it from the back and shit. Man, this bitch ain't shit, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nigga be really burnt about that type of shit. But it is what it is, though. But anyway, let her finish her point.
And that's never going to happen. But they sit there scrolling like, hey, in the DMs, and they believe then that the women are not responding to them because of feminism.
Wait a minute. So are you telling me that when the pizza guy shows up to the door?
Yeah, I don't suck his dick, actually.
I mean, but that's not real? That doesn't happen?
She picked up her drink. I don't know about that, Joy. You might have done that a few times. I don't know. Who knows?
I know. The setups in porns are insane. But and you buffer fast.
Now let me say this too. Sometimes, yes, porn can definitely fuck up people's reality. Now I do definitely believe in that because, Yeah, you have these porn skits. I mean, listen, bro. Ain't no shame. Everybody watch some porn. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. I've watched porn every now and then. Shit, hell, I might kick it on. You know what I'm saying? I might watch it with a chick or some shit like that. It is what it is, right? But porn do be fucking up people's reality because people think like for instance, like how she said, I'm not sucking a pizza man dick. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker have a porn scene about some pizza man coming to deliver something, and somehow, some way, this nigga end up getting the box. I ain't got no tip, but I got something you can do. I got something, I could do for a tip, and then the motherfucker come in the crib and, he getting head and he hitting it all across the goddamn apartment and shit like that. Like, that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? And some motherfuckers get caught up in this porn reality where they start looking at females like objects. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem as well too. As long everything as far as the divide and things like that. But porn is definitely a reality flawed for a lot of men and women. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, there are women that are fucking addicted to porn as well too. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. There are women that's addicted to porn as well. That's not just a male thing. It's not just a male thing. All right, but let's keep going.
But I
Do
don't.
you buffer pass or not?
Well, I buy porn, so I don't. I'm a porn buyer, so I don't. So like, I get.
So you have to get your money.
I get my shit in the top quality, like it's because I'm actually supporting.
Yeah.
Like I get my shit.
You want it clear?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking.
so weird.
I don't just.
Yeah, if I'm gonna watch some porn and shit, it's gotta be clear. I don't want no fuzzy ass fucking porn and shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
See how y'all niggas,
film?
y'all niggas want fucking spyware on y'all
Lighting and
computers and all of that
So
stuff
weird.
like that.
It's a lot.
I watch the BTS. I watch the behind the scenes. I want to know.
Watch the interviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. You know what's crazy? Sometimes that shit do be funny though. You be. But yeah. When you watch that shit based on how like porn and shit like that, where how they go about making it, it's a lot of stop and go. It's not a lot of that shit, bro. It's not reality fucking and shit like that. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go and learn your stroke game or some shit like that, that's a little different and shit. But like I said, motherfuckers get out here and they become addicted to porn. Then they start looking at these women as just objects. You know what I'm saying? They have no feelings for them, for real. They just looking at them as a piece of meat. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying?
It's just such a waste of time. I hate an interview porn. You're just sitting there, and it's like flash, and it's back to her talking. What's the point?
No. I want to know.
Yeah, Joy Taylor look like she watch a lot of porn. Yeah, Joy Taylor like a whole freak. Joy Taylor probably is a whole freak. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold. That's why she ain't got no man. You know what I'm saying? Because Joy Taylor like to have her options open. And that's the thing too. And a lot of baddies got a lot of options. Okay, same thing with a man of means. At the end of the day, man of means is gonna have a lot of options. You see what I'm saying? So, bitch ain't acting right, and he kick her ass to the curb, go to the next one. Same thing when it comes to these baddies. You know what I'm saying? The man ain't acting right, shit. She can have another nigga lined up, ready to do the same shit you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Hi, my name is Candace. I'm from Rialto. Well, anyway,
We have derailed. The point is, I think intimacy is a big problem. I think men not having sex is a big problem.
But this is my
And the confidence that comes from not having physical intimacy, not having the ability to have sex, turns them into these raging psychopaths that then blame feminism and women running for presidents as the reason why society is deteriorating. And then they go out and vote as such in favor of trillionaires who wouldn't give a fuck if they had their last breath halfway through this podcast.
And she's right to a certain degree on that. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely right to a certain degree. So I can agree with some of the stuff that Joy Taylor was saying, but the one thing I don't agree with though is that femininity is under attack. I don't believe in that. Everything is pretty much predicated to the female nowadays. We are living in the world of the female. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? DEI and all that shit, motherfuckers talking about, oh, we gotta stop DEI, and they made DEI seem like that was some shit black folks was benefiting from. No, it actually was white women that was actually the more beneficiaries when it came down to DEI. This is facts. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even a fact. This is the goddamn truth. You know what I'm saying? You can look this shit up for yourself and find that out. You know what I'm saying? So that's women being held at the top of a program at the end of the day. When these fucking for instance, women get into hard times or some shit like that, they got women's shelters and shit like that. They got all type of shit, all type of benefits and programs and shit like that they got for these women. Let a man fall on the hard times. You ain't got no program for you, nigga. You gonna have to get it out the mud, period. You know what I'm saying? Figure this shit out at the end of the day. Nigga, you ain't got no family or something? Let a man with kids motherfucking find himself between a rock and a hard place and shit like that. That nigga gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? A woman fall on a hard time with some kids, they got programs. They got HUD and Section 8 and all this type of shit that they got for them. You know what I'm saying? And putting fast tracking them at that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. But I don't believe femininity is under attack. That's my personal opinion on that. Because like I said, there's too many things in society now where they benefit from. You know what I'm saying? Too many things. You know what I mean? Now you got women coming out here joining these goddamn men jobs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But can't no man jump into no goddamn salon and be like, hey, look, you know, I'm out here braiding hair, or let me get a cutting booth. Well, look, this has something to do with hair. I'm feeling like I'm not being equated with the hair situation. Why can I have a barber chair inside the nail salon? Some of these studs like getting their hair cut. Some of these men like getting their hair cut. They can come in here and get their hair cut. I want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't work like that for the men. Men gotta always do for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, though, man. But yeah, I do agree with Joy though with a lot of this shit when it comes down to, you know, the divide. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers chasing certain shit that, you know, bro, you're wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I do agree with the porn shit. For instance, right? Speaking of this porn shit, when I tell y'all that some of these women really be like really porned out for real. This one older chick and shit, I was fucking with probably like last month. Man, I met her and shit, whatever. It is what it is, right? I'm gonna just tell the story. It is what it is. So, this bitch don't give a fuck about nothing but just want some dick. You know what I'm saying? She don't care about nothing. She just want dick. That's it. You know, so I go to the bitch crib or whatever. So I'm, you know, I go stay over there. I'm like, yo, I gotta get up. I'll come over there, but I gotta go to work in the morning. What the bitch do? Oh, yeah, you cool. Come through. I go over there. Whatever we do what we gotta do. Now I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocked out. Bitch start blasting music. What part of, you know, I gotta work don't you not hear? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you did you not you know what I'm saying? Did you not catch that? Did I not say that? Did I not text that as well? Like, okay, so whatever, you know, I kind of, you know, whatever. I kind of just shook that off. Few other times went over there. Same shit. Get up. She arguing with motherfuckers on the phone right next to me. Like, yo, you know I got to go to work in the morning, right? Like, you're arguing right next to me like, bitch, I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? Another time. This was the last time I was like, all right, fuck that shit. I'm going to say something. Because at first I kind of just was like, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. I was happy to get the box. It was, right? So the third time though, this is the time that pissed me the fuck off, and she knew that shit pissed me off. So fucking so I'm asleep, you know, whatever. She started playing with this Baby Yoda. It was like early in the morning and shit. The Baby Yoda noises and shit. Sitting there just playing with that shit. I'm like, yo, I got my ass up. Normally I probably would have been like, yo, you think you cut that shit off. I got my ass up, dog, and just bounced. I just left. I ain't even say nothing to the bitch. I just got up, put my shit on, and bounced. So fucking, she was like, oh, you seem like you was mad, da-da-da-da. So I just kind of cut her off and shit. I ain't even say nothing to her. I just cut her off. I wasn't even responding to text. She like, oh, what's wrong? What'd I do? Yeah. So eventually, I ended up telling her, I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, what you doing? Da-da-da-da. She wanted me to come through again. So I'm like, yo, I'll come through, but yo, when I say I gotta sleep, I got work in the morning, that means I got work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And, here's another thing, too. Yeah, so that means I got work in the morning. She's like, oh, no, yeah, I respect that. I'm like, no, actually, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, actually, you don't. And then, you know, it turned into her being on the defense and shit like that. Like, If I say I have work, I'm trying to sleep all the way until my alarm clock pop. Once my alarm clock pop, bitch, I don't give a fuck about you want to argue with niggas, you want to play with Baby Yoda, noises and shit, bitch. You want to motherfucking a parlay and shit, bitch. I don't give a fuck about what you do once this alarm pop. But I need to sleep up until this alarm pop at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And she like, oh, well, I'm sorry that I can't do. She started getting sass with me and shit. I'm sorry I can't do what I want to do in my own house. I was like, yep, you're done, bitch. I ain't fucking with you. You don't give a fuck about nothing but getting some fucking dick, bitch. You can find that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying, ma'am? Ma'am, you can find that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? Because chicks like that, they don't really be giving a fuck about you any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? They just want what they want. And that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? And they'll get out here and play these fucking games and, oh, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these bitches be feeling the same way. And this bitch was a porn maniac, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about porn. This bitch would send me all type of shit all throughout the day at work, you know what I'm saying? Just sending me shit, motherfuckers. Hitting back shots and shit like that. Like, yeah, that's how I want you to do this tonight. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Now, at first, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't staying there. I wasn't staying over there. At first, that shit was cool. But after a while, when I was over there and I'm trying to sleep and go to work, yeah, I don't play about my work. If I'm going to go to work and shit, but I don't like being tired at work. You know what I mean? Because I feel sluggish and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it is what it is, though. But, yeah, man. It is what it is, though. But yeah, this bitch is one of those kind of freaks and nymphos that's like porned out. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bitch. Like, yeah, you porned out and shit like that. Like, ain't no saving you. Like, some chicks ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back for you. You're pretty much, you're fried. Your brain is done. You know what I'm saying? You look at me. You know how like most dudes, how they say most dudes look at females like a piece of meat? This is one of these kind of situations where a woman look at a man like a piece of meat. Like, nigga, bring that dick over here. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, give me that dick. Oh, masculine ass goddamn female and shit. Masculine to them motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Bitch can't even ask and beg for the dick on some feminine shit. You know what I'm saying? Give me that goddamn dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bitch. You know what I mean? But anyway. Let me get ready to get up off of here, though, man. So, yeah, man, I do agree with some of the stuff Joy Taylor said. The only thing I don't agree with, because it seemed like too much of a broad statement to me, but that femininity is under attack in America. I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women rights programs, a lot of shit women do and never get held accountable for. That's the main thing. Women do shit and never be held accountable for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then she try to tie this Kamala Harris shit into femininity being under attack. That ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Some of that is policies when it comes down to Kamala Harris. Some of that was let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Some of that was racist white folks, okay, that didn't like her little Indian Asian ass, okay? At the end of the day, it is what it is, all right? That's a part of that crowd that was doing that type of shit. And then you obviously have the ancient Americans that felt disrespected by this bitch coming up here talking about that she's black and she's not fucking black, okay? Oh, her father's from Jamaican. Okay, the nigga is Indian. He could be an Indian fucking Jamaican. It's no different from a goddamn Pakistani being born in fucking America. He's a fucking Pakistani, but he's born in America. It's no different. Know what I'm saying? It's no fucking different. Know what I'm saying? So this Hindu, okay, parading around like she's some fucking black woman and shit like that is what pissed a lot of ancient Americans at least got some pride in themselves and they ain't selling out for the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? That felt disrespected by that shit. So that's the reason why Kamala Harris might seem like she was being attacked from all angles, especially when it comes down to men as well. Okay? That's the only reason why. Other than that, you know, don't nobody... If Kamala Harris would have just ran her campaign and had policies and shit like that, had shit on the table for the people and things like that, and didn't wait for fucking, didn't wait all the way until fucking, July, August, before the fucking election came and actually was laying down policies and what she wanted to do for the country, then she would have had a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do that. And it show you more about accountability, okay? When she lost the fucking election, she didn't even come out there and come talk to all the people that fucking stood out there for her dog ass, lying ass. You know what I'm saying? So didn't nobody get out there and hold her ass accountable for that shit. That Trump lost, he'd had to come out there and make a speech, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Biden ass lost. Biden didn't lose. You know what I'm saying? He should have lost. That's what he should have did. His ass should have definitely lost. I still don't believe in. My bad, YouTube. Biden won that election. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Trump just wasn't shit. He wasn't shit in 2020. You know what I'm saying? My bad, YouTube. Yeah, that's right. Joe Biden won that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he won that shit. Landslide. He won that shit in a landslide. Overnight. You know what I'm saying? Overnight, that nigga Joe Biden had the coldest motherfucking comeback of all time. This nigga Biden had the coldest comeback of all time. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Overnight, in 2 hours, that nigga went from not being the president to he is the president. You know what I'm saying? It's the coldest shit of all time. You know what I'm saying? But, same thing with, even when it comes to Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was another one. You know what I'm saying? Hillary lost. All them people came out there crying and shit like that. She didn't come out there and talk to the people. I think Hillary did. I don't know. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I smoke weed and shit like that. So my memory, I would have to look that up again, see if she actually did come out and talk to the people. But, it is what it is. Most presidents, when they lose, they come out and they talk to their people that came out to support them. Kamala Harris did not do that. She left them niggas outside hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hurt. And like I said, had Kamala Harris came out there and was hurt and showed that that's what I'm saying. Femininity is a very powerful thing. It's more powerful than masculinity. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy to you niggas, but that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Femininity is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's just most women don't know how to use that shit. That's the problem. So femininity is not under attack because most men want a very feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But had Kamala, like I told you, had Kamala Harris brought her ass out there, even if she was hurt, even if tell her she ain't come back, she probably was crying and stuff like that. Yeah, nigga, she'd have came her ass out there crying and talking about some, I really wanted to win, but we didn't get it done this time, but I'm grateful and thankful for all the people that show support to all the white folks, all the black folks, all the Hispanics, and we try to make this thing work, but it just didn't work out, right? If she'd have came out there and did that, dog, she would have been the lead. She'd be in the lead right now for president in motherfucking goddamn 2028. You know what I'm saying? She would be in the lead because motherfuckers would feel bad for her. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers would feel bad. Like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. We standing on business about Kamala Harris. She ain't gonna lose this time. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now we gonna get the sisters back. Even some niggas that were criticizing her ass being black. Now fuck that. We gonna get the sisters back this time around. Now fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't do that. She didn't use that femininity. She wanted to be a sore loser and shit like that and act masculine, act toxic masculinity at the end of the day. And I don't think she's gonna win it. I don't think she's gonna win it. I don't know why they even trying to bring her out. She's done. She's cooked. You know what I'm saying? But I do think the Democrats will win in 2028 because the Republicans, dog, these niggas is just the Republicans, dog. These niggas is just don't know how to fuck. They don't know how to stay out their own way. All right. They don't know how to stay out their own way. Now, like I said, we're gonna get into a video because I gotta tap on Trump head, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta tap on my light-skinned nigga head real quick because I don't like some of the shit that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga gonna get out here and talk about illegal immigration and shit like that, but you bringing over niggas, white folks from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? Like, wait a minute, bro. I thought we was, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck going on and shit? You know what I'm saying? How the fuck you gonna bring over white Africans and shit like that? But, everybody, you kicking everybody else up the fuck up out of here and shit like that. Well, nigga, if that's the case, you might well leave the niggas that's here already here. You know what I'm saying? You might as well do that. You know what I'm saying? All this running around, deporting more. Now, like I said, criminals or some shit like that, it is what it is. But we would have to look that up because, like I said, I don't see, this was a question I had, like, are they just deporting Spanish people? Because that's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like they only deporting people that's Spanish. You know what I'm saying? It don't seem like they're deporting any white folks. I don't see no Belgian motherfuckers and shit like that being deported and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know it is what it is. So I don't see no Indian motherfuckers being deported. The only thing I see is Hispanic people and Spanish people being fucking deported. You know what I'm saying? So that's my problem with that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna stand on that, then nigga stand on that shit across the board. Nigga, don't pick and choose that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just very funny though when it comes down to that shit though. But we'll see what happens though, man. But that's a video for another day. I'm not doing that shit today. Because like I said, 2025, when it come down to this politics shit, we protecting our energy. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyway, Tell Like It Is TV, man. Don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is, man. So shout out to day ones. Shout out to the new ones, man. Make sure niggas hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, Tell Like It Is TV. We out of here, y'all. One.